Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis. And this morning, we want to get right to our big topic of the day because we know it's on everyone's mind is will we see a white Christmas? Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo is joining us now from the Outdoor Weather Center. So, Jeremy, do we have a chance of maybe having a white Christmas?
We do, Channing, but right now I am serious. The amount of grass that I am seeing back here has it's really gone crazy in the past hour. The amount of grass that's starting to show through some of the melting snow. Unfortunately, we're really warm and really windy, but that wind is starting to bring us improvements in visibility out near Moses Lake. That is great news because all morning long it's been pretty cold and pretty foggy, which means freezing fog. That wind is what's warming us up. Our temperatures already up near 40 degrees here in Spokane, 40 in Coeur d'Alene, 37 in Rain and Sandpoint, 29 now in Moses Lake. You're going to warm up here later on this afternoon, and same with Wenatchee. But we have a winter storm warning in place. That is for some serious snow over the Cascades. I think if you wait about another hour, you should be good to take off because we'll start to see improvements there over the pass. What winds up happening is all of that moisture kind of starts to slow down and we catch breaks in the action. That means crews will be able to get a jump on some of that snow removal and you'll see improvements. Here, we're going to see a round of rain later this morning. On the backside of that rain, a quick shot of snow as that colder air moves in overhead. Doesn't accumulate, so you're going to go, whoa. By then, basically all the snow is gone. What winds up happening, though, is bands of snow both Friday and Saturday are going to be heavy enough that I think it brings back a white Christmas. By Saturday morning, you're going to wake up and go, whoa, we somehow pulled it off with more snow coming down. It's about as perfect as it gets because today, well, it's warm and rainy and windy, and we lose a lot of the snow on the ground.
Well, with Christmas just 2 days away, holiday travel is hitting its peak. Now, this is a live look at the Spokane International Airport right now, where you can see not really a line for security check, which is always a good thing for travelers, especially if you're running a little late to the airport. Now, take a look at this. This is what the airport looked like around 5 this morning. So AAA is predicting more than 100 million people will travel over the Christmas holiday. That's up more than 30% from last year. With a new surge in COVID-19 cases, experts caution only the vaccinated and boosted should feel safe traveling right now. It's time now for your morning rush. More news in less time. The attorney for Idaho Sheriff Craig Rowland appeared in front of a judge yesterday. The judge granted his request to postpone the hearing until next week. Now, Rowland is charged with aggravated assault, aggravated battery, and exhibition of a deadly weapon after allegedly threatening members of a church youth group back in November. A homeless encampment along Interstate 90 near the Freya exit is staying put for now. The tent city moved from downtown Spokane to the site last week. The land is owned by the Department of Transportation. WashDOT issued a notice for the group to move by Monday, but the campers are still there. So WashDOT is now working with other agencies to try and find housing for the campers. And the rosters are quickly changing ahead of the Sun Bowl. Washington State University coaches announced several players are opting out of the big game. Those players include running back Max Borghi, offensive lineman Abe Lucas, and cornerback Jalen Watson. In the meantime, the University of Miami is facing a COVID-19 outbreak amongst their team, but their coaches say the team is still planning on playing. You can catch that game on New Year's Eve on KREM 2. That's your morning rush. The COVID-19 Omicron variant is surging across the U.S. At last check, experts identified more than 400 cases in Washington state. That includes an outbreak among teens on the west side linked to 4 wrestling tournaments. Nationally, cases are doubling every 2 to 3 days. And experts warn this new surge is also bringing another round of COVID fatigue. That's when people become emotionally drained due to the outbreak.
The problem is that our healthcare system can't handle this. And then the problem that we risk is not necessarily that we can't take care of the people with COVID. It's that we can't take care of the people who have cancer and who have trauma and who have, all those other things, congenital disorders, and who need elective surgery. And it trickles down to all those other things. So it actually is a huge healthcare disaster for everyone, even if you don't have it.
Leaders warn vaccinated people without a booster are at risk of contracting the Omicron variant. They recommend getting that third shot as soon as people are eligible. In the meantime, Washington State is launching a new way to report COVID results from at-home testing, so people can anonymously let others know of a potential exposure through WA Notify. Since the app launched, people with positive tests from the lab have automatically received verification codes. But now, people whose at-home tests are positive can get a code as well. So for more information on how to set up those notifications on your phone, all you have to do is text the word notify to 509-448-2000. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office is on a big hiring spree, and soon it will welcome more than 24 new deputies.
As a part of our Boomtown series, KREM 2's Amanda Rowley tells us how population growth played a role.
The Spokane County Board of Commissioners approved a $2.7 million investment in public safety for next year. That funding will allow the Sheriff's Office to hire 27 new deputies. Sheriff Ozzie Knezevich says this will help his office keep up with the county's growing population.
Spokane County Sheriff Ozzie Knezevich says out of the 27 new positions, 19 will be on patrol. 2 are major crimes detectives, and 6 positions are restored from the 2020 budget that was reduced due to COVID. The sheriff expects these additional deputies will help his office keep up with the county's growing population.
If you don't have a safe community, you don't have economic development anymore.
He says Washington's average amount of deputies per 1,000 people is 1.4 deputies. Right now, Spokane County only has 0.7 per 1,000. Not only that, but Knezevich says the crime rate in Spokane County is seeing a significant jump. He says Spokane Valley alone had 4 times its usual number of homicides this year.
I'm really glad that the board listened to our proposal, because this is a 7-year proposal to bring back law enforcement and add positions for over the next 7 years to meet the demands of this community. I really appreciate the board's foresight on that.
The Spokane Police Department is also adding 4 civilian positions, which it hopes to fill in January. They include 2 new records specialists, 1 technical assistance response unit supervisor, and 1 victims advocate, which is an entirely new position within the department.
These are positions that we've wanted for a while, and not a reflection of anything that has happened in the immediately preceding this, but just a need based on increased call volume, increased incidents, and more people being in Spokane.
SPD spokesperson Corporal Nick Briggs says it wasn't until recently funding became available to create the positions, specifically through the criminal justice tax and a levy passed in 2019.
As part of the county's 7-year plan, Sheriff Knezevich says there are ongoing discussions to add another 15 deputies in 2023. In the newsroom, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
If your holiday plans have you hitting the road instead of heading to the airport, you'll have plenty of company. When and where, you'll see some of the biggest backups today.
And now, the Storm Tracker 2 Snow Report, sponsored by Inland Pacific Hose and Fittings.
Well, good morning, skiers and riders. It's a powder day in the inland Northwest. I've always wanted to say that. No, seriously though, we're waking up to some fresh snow. In the past 24 hours, Mount Spokane, 5 inches, 49 degrees north, a half a foot, a full foot at Schweitzer. Those places, we're talking powder conditions. Surf's up! Silver Mountain an inch, look out past 4 inches. Packed powder in those locations. Take to the slopes, send in your pics. I'd love to live vicariously through you these next few days.